What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. This is the official fight prediction and fight breakdown. As I promised you guys, I would get to it, and here we go. First off, I want to congratulate both fighters. They've been through a strange relationship outside of the ring with the arbitration and all that stuff. They've been training hard for each other, and this month, in about 20 days, they will get it on. And people wanted to know who I think would win, and I told you guys that I would give you my prediction. Here is my prediction between the two fighters. I see Tyson Fury, being that he plans to do the same thing that he did the last time, he's going to come right at Wilder. Now, I don't know how successful Wilder is with learning new things or adjusting or adapting. I know he had got better in the last few years with delivering the right hand, but I'm not convinced that that means that he's a good fighter or a fighter that fights good backing up. Now, I don't doubt that Malik Scott's working on some things with him. As I've seen things that Malik Scott is able to do with him because he's receptive that I've never seen him do. Okay, this is going to surprise a lot of people about this particular fight. People ask me, and I've put a poll up already, who do I think will win? And I think this fight will go down to disqualification. And you guys are like, whoa, what? Disqualification, right. I've learned that history repeats itself. I've learned that if a fighter gets beat and they train hard to overcome, I see the animosity from Wilder to Fury, even though you don't see it blatantly, you see it subtle. You know, it's passive aggressive for Wilder, and I think what his mindset is kill. His mindset is destroy, decapitate, terminate, right? Legal homicide. I see a lot of wrath. I see a lot of anger. Now, a lot of people say, oh, that's bullshit, this bullshit. I would just like to think that Wilder's very, very angry. That's why he didn't want to say anything about Tyson Fury, amongst other things. But I think that was one of the primary reasons. Okay. I think this fight is going to go the same way it went last time, but with a twist. I think the tension will be high. Wilder will be fighting with a lot of emotion, like he always is. I see part one mixed with part two. I think there will be a lot of grabbing, a lot of holding, and whoever the ref is, he's going to catch hell. But even refs get frustrated from time to time, all right? And I see this fight going like this. I see if Wilder's not able to get off the right hand, you're going to see some weird fouls, okay? You're going to see behind the head punches. You're going to see Wilder showing that he is a strong man, and this ain't the second fight. So you're going to see throws. You're going to see takedowns. This shit's going to look like MMA. Okay? Now, regardless of who gets disqualified, and this is the thing, it doesn't only have to be Wilder, but if I had to guess, it would be Wilder getting disqualified. But let's say it's Kenny Bayless, which I doubt. But if it's Kenny Bayless, I believe Kenny Bayless is a pro-American ref. What I mean by that is I think he referees fighters due to where they're from. Okay? He gave Tyson Fury a point deduction without really a true warning. You know what I mean? You can mention something, but that doesn't mean before you start deducting points, you tell it like, hey, I'm going to start deducting points. Okay. And even at that time, it like if they do it right away, it depends on how deliberate it is. But all of a sudden, he deducted a point from Fury when Fury got a knockdown in round number 5. So if it's someone like Kenny Bayless, a pro-American ref, Tyson Fury could be disqualified. Why? Because Tyson Fury knew and he did something that worked. And you think he's going to stop doing it? No. He's going to tie him up. He's going to give him a Bernard Hopkins, meaning he's going to hit him anywhere that he can possibly, right? Because that's what Bernard Hopkins did. Fights with sticks, stones, and bottles in the streets of Philly. That's his way. And Tyson Fury is following that cab. So if it is someone that doesn't like excessive holds as strategy, or dirty infighting, or should I say roughhouse tactics, if that particular ref ain't going to deal with that, he will disqualify Tyson Fury if he's a pro-American ref. But if Wilder doesn't get his way, I see Wilder fouling out of frustration. And when I mean by history repeats itself, what do you mean by that? Look at Mike Tyson Holyfield. Look at that fight. And it was because Holyfield, and the funny thing about Holyfield did a lot of headbutting. A lot of people, a lot of people was, oh man, he bit Holyfield's ear off. He bit Holyfield's ear off because Holyfield knew how to lead in with his head. And after he leads in it with his head and catches you with his head, he can hit you with a bop, bop right after that. Or give you a 3-piece headbutt, bop, bop, bop. Just like he did Rahman. Look at Rahman's head. Okay, so it don't always have to cut you, but it can definitely butt you. Bars. So I see Wilder losing it. I see, and I do believe Wilder believes Tyson Fury cheated him because this is going to be a different fight. It's going to be a different type of fight. And because it's going to be a different type of fight, if it doesn't go Wilder's way, if he doesn't get the knockout, it's going to end in disqualification. It's going to end in that. Why? Because Wilder's going to start doing things that he should have let out or released before the fight, but he's letting everything go before this fight, in the fight. And because he's doing that, he may do some things that the ref might not like, because it's going to be definitely blatant, intentions, bad intentions, right? And he's going to get disqualified. There might not be a knockout at all. I think this fight will end in disqualification. Now, I know a lot of people are surprised, like, what do you mean? It's going to be a disqualification. The best thing we can hope for is a knockout. That's the cleanest thing. Okay? Now, by now, we know Fury can hurt Wilder, and Wilder can definitely hurt Fury from watching 2 fights. Okay? So don't get it twisted. That would be the best outcome. But more than likely, if this fight goes and 2 guys, because Wilder ain't going to back down, and Wilder's not going to allow Tyson Fury to do these type of things if he has anything to say about it or to do about it. And then if he does get the better of Wilder, it's going to be wrestling, tussling, hugging, grappling, falling, right? It's going to be a lot of those. And I think Wilder will lose it. He will lose it because he will get frustrated if he can't get his punches off or the punch off. That's what I believe. I think, and then again, back to Fury, I think Fury ends up the same way if it's a ref like Kenny Bayless. He will end up getting points deducted. It's going to be a nasty fight. The shit might be a no contest. And if it's a no contest, these motherfuckers will fight again, and that would be very terrible. But I think this fight will end in disqualification, if not a knockout from each side. That's my counterpunch, my prediction on this. You guys tell me what you think about this bizarre prediction. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.